Welcome to Zolder for the Belgian Grand Prix, and I can tell you guys, we are in for a cracking race today. We've got all sorts of things going on. You can see the weather clearly in amongst those pretty trees of Belgium. How pretty are they? What a great game glitch that is. And it's really, really throwing it down here. There's a lot of rain. And the rain affected qualifying yesterday as well. So Piquet, joint championship leader with Prost. Piquet is on pole. As you can see, Lauda is there. And then the two Ferraris. And there's not a McLaren in sight. That's because Alain Prost tries to do a one-shot qualifying at the start of the session. It was wet. And as the track dried up and Prost didn't go out again, he ended up at the back of the grid. So he's going to have quite a battle to do today. And we're going to follow that battle through the field and to see if Prost can get back up. Ayrton Senna 6th on the grid again. Warwick was a bit of an unsung hero in Kyle Army. We didn't really mention his performance, but he did very well. Senna's there with him. Mansell in 7th. Williams looking a bit better than last week. They're in 8th with Rosberg, 9th with Lafitte. And then Beloff in the Tyrrell has put it in a stunning 11th place. So this is all looking good, but then a starting grid in a wet race, it can go all to waste very quickly. It depends, especially in this game. I can tell you when I've been playing offline that some of the teams will stop for tyres at the end of the first lap, or at least one driver. They'll never pit both. They'll never double stack. And then the other one stays out, and they stay out for the remainder of the race. So, obviously, for Prost's case, he's starting from the back, and he will be hoping that will happen, and he will be looking to take advantage of that should it happen. To come from, there's 32 runners, remember, so to come from 32nd on the grid to anywhere near the points is going to be a great achievement. We're just looking at the grid still. Farby is so far back, so his teammate is on pole, and Farby is down in 19th. Even with a wet affected qualifying yesterday, that is a pretty inexcusable performance. Brabham need Farby to be delivering points, and it seems to me that he's doing quite the opposite, and he's leaving Piquet to pick it up. I mean, maybe we've been a bit harsh. It's only 2 races into the season, but yeah, it doesn't look great right now. So here we are. We're going to be riding with Alain Prost as he tries to do a damage limitation exercise today. Tries to get back into the points from all the way back in 32nd. And Piquet is at the front, and Prost has made a poor start, just like his championship rival did in Brazil. He's away slowly, and now he's going to have to look because it is soaking wet, and Prost will pick the path of least resistance down into turn 1, and he's hopefully less likely to get caught up in incidents and keep going. And there's an incident. I think that's one. Is that Baldi? I think off in the Spirit. He's gone off, and Prost keeps going round, and he is up to 22nd already. He's going to have a look at Chiva. Not going to be able to do that yet. Alain Prost will stay cool, stay calm, and he will wait for another opportunity. This is what he needs to do if he wants to get some points. Just throwing yourself in there is going to just catch you up into an accident. And Prost's going to have another look at Chiva, and again, yet is not the time. But here comes the power now, and Prost will get it down. We said that McLaren was a rocket ship in Kyle Army, and again we're seeing it here. Prost just going through, just calming through, and that's another spin. That's Ginzani. So maybe that was Gartner we saw spin earlier in the blue car. I'm trying to tell the difference between the Rams and the Spirits. Not the Rams, sorry, the Sellers and Spirits. But that's Ginzani, we believe, is spun off, and now Prost is up into 18th. He'll keep going, but he's lost a bit of ground. He's going to have some ground to make up, and even that speed on the straight, which is going to be negated a bit in the wet, he's going to have a bit of a harder job to make it up. He'll keep trying though. He's got a world championship to fight for, and the fact that everyone else is fighting and scuffling into the turn, this will give Prost an advantage because he's got clear track to catch them up. They've got each other to battle, and he's already back onto their tails, Alain Prost, as we come towards the end of the first lap. There's a yellow flag out there somewhere, and someone's off, and everyone's going cautiously. Oh, that's because people are pitting. They're pitting, so the track is drying out, and some are taking the risk on dry tyres. And this will give Alain Prost a chance to climb up. How far will he climb? How many people have pitted? Well, Prost will now get past Martin Brundle. I think we're seeing some come out of the pits already, so Prost maybe didn't gain that much, but he is up into 8th place, and now he runs off, and he's hit the wall, and he's back and nearly collects Brundle as he comes back on the road. That was a bit of a bad mistake from Alain Prost. He's still in 9th. He's still got a car in one piece, so he'll keep trying to go for it. And he's going to have to keep up with Martin Brundle, but he's going to be a little bit cautious now after that off, I think. Of course, he's on wets on what is a a drying track, but for someone like Prost coming from where he's come, there is no point in pitting. He's just got to stay there and hold out and hope that he can use the wet track still while it's there and then it doesn't dry out too quickly. Prost goes past Brundle again and he's up into 8th, nearly spins it off, but he recovers from that, and now here he is, 8th place, and Riccardo Patrese next to catch. He's nearly 2 seconds up the road. We'll have to see if that McLaren, how quickly he can close the gap. He's gaining a bit of confidence, isn't he, Prost now, and Patrese is now less than 1.5 seconds down, and we know once Prost gets to a straight where the McLaren can really get its teeth into that, could cut down quickly. It's cutting down very quickly. Patrese trying to battle with, is that the Renault or the Williams? Can't quite see at the moment. But here comes Prost. Patrese moves to block that first move. Prost knows he might be able to claim a few points now if he can close the gap. Well, yes, there is Tom Bay there. There's definitely 1 point available. Whether Prost can get any more than that, I don't know. That's going to be a lot trickier. But Prost going to have a run at Tom Bay. Piquet leading the race. So yes, they need some points. Prost, Alboreto is in second. Senna is in third. He's doing very, very well. And we've got Warwick and Mansell. They're all in position. Prost will aim to catch Mansell now. And again, he's run wide. And again, is he going to get away with it? Yes, he's very, very lucky. Prost has got away with making the same mistake twice. And that's something we should never do, as we know. Prost has made the same mistake twice, but he is still on the road, and he'll probably be thinking, thank goodness I haven't got to go through that corner again today. We're on the final lap. And Prost, what's his gap to Mansell? It's 4.7. So realistically, it's going to be 1 point. It's going to be 1 point damage limitation for Alain Prost, and no more. You want to see? He'll just keep pushing. You never know what may or may not develop here. He's just going to try and stay close now. In fact, he's closing up to Keke Rosberg's Williams. Rosberg has dropped back somewhere. We've just seen that on the time screen. You see it's now Rosberg and not Mansell who is the next driver up from Prost. He's losing a lot of ground. I think Rosberg's got a problem. Either that or his tyres are really starting to wear. This is kind of what happened to Piquet and Kyalami, and Prost was able to take advantage, and certainly Alboreto was as well. And now Prost is getting close to Rosberg. Would it be possible? Could he out-drag him on the run to the finish line? They come up towards the final chicane, and they're all there. Prost has caught up to everyone. Shows about his couple of little mistakes. Just question, where could he have been? On the podium even. But is he going to get the 5th place? Is it going to be 5th or 6th round? And Prost is going to be 5th. There we go. Alboreto has won the race. He has passed Piquet right at the end. We said Ferrari were looking strong. There's some debris there as well. Well, we said Ferrari were looking strong, didn't we, at the end of the Kyalami race? And Alboreto has proven that point, once again passing Nelson-Piquet in the later stages of the Grand Prix. Ayrton Senna gets a podium in the Toleman, his first podium of his career. What an amazing performance from the Brazilian. And then we've got Mansell, I think, in 4th. So he's got his first points of the season. And Prost recovering to 5th. What a drive from him. Fantastic for Alain Prost. Keke Rosberg, he was 6th in the Williams. So the first point of the season for Williams. I think he'll be a bit disappointed to have dropped from 4th to 6th behind Mansell and Prost in the closing stages. But he's got a point, and that's going to get Williams off the mark. They're working hard to improve their car, so that's a little bit of a reward for them there. Looking at the Drivers' Championship, we said it was a two-way battle, but now you're going to have to make that a three-way battle because Alboreto is in the thick of it as well. Ferrari a bit discreet the first couple of races, but we noted after Kyalami that they were picking up points, and they've now picked up the big points. So Piquet still leads the championship thanks to his 2nd place. He's 2 points clear of Alboreto now, so Piquet's on 19, Alboreto's on 17, and Prost, thanks to his 5th place, is on 15, so he's still only 4 points off of Piquet. And you never know, seeing how quick the McLarens looked at times this season, there's a possibility that we will come to tracks where they will just take off and go away from the field. So maybe not all is lost for McLaren, but 4 points back. Then there's a huge gap between the top 3. So De Angelis on 6, Senna on 5, Arnoux, Warwick 3 points, and Lauda and Mansell as well, and then Rosberg on 1. The Constructors' Championship, Ferrari on 20 points, Brabham on 19, McLaren 17, Lotus 9, Toleman 5, Renault 3, and Williams on 1. Like and subscribe to keep up with the action. We're 3 races into a 16-race season, and it's certainly remaining close. It's going to be great. Stick with us.